Everything stated in this video is my opinion and my opinion only. And just like everything else in these cases we discuss here on this channel, everything is alleged. Hey guys, good morning. This is a time frame a lot of you guys have been wanting to see, because this is in the PCA where they say that his car goes back to the neighborhood, and we're going to explain exactly what they showed for that. I meant to have this document ready to go beforehand in time. Got away from me, but you Control F and type in the word make on the public interest website. And one of these is going to have all of their timelines. Yep, right here. Here's the link for the timestamps they have for SV1. And when it comes to what they claim is SV1 coming back into the neighborhood, that is not at all what's actually happening. Let me get to the 9 o'clock one. They have a lot for whenever he's in Costco. Okay, right here. I'm going to open it up on the screen because it's actually like 9:12, I think, almost 9:13 in the morning. So here's the document. And as you can see, it goes from 5:30, 18 a.m., 12:34 p.m., Costco. We've watched that stuff. The one they're talking about is 9/12:59. A vehicle matching the description of vehicle 1 is seen traveling southbound on Highway 95. So I'm going to pull up Google Maps, and I'm going to show you exactly compared to the house. I'll reshare the screen here in just a second. So if you look at the map, okay, this is King Road. See what it looks like on the screen right here. Okay, can I make this a bit bigger? I think I can. Okay, and I'm fine wherever I'm at on the screen. Here's King Road. All the way over here is Highway 95. I'm going to look for the footage. I believe it's on Connor's channel, but it's also part of what Plunder posted. I guess I can get it from there since that's technically the original source. So let me go ahead and grab that so that I can show you guys the video, because there's nothing that gives a license plate. There's nothing that actually says it's a freaking Hyundai Elantra. There's literally nothing that actually can prove that it's the car, that Bryan Kohberger is even in the car, how many people are in the car. They don't have anything like that when it comes to this timestamp. They themselves have come out and stated that they have over 20,000 vehicles that look like that, okay? So when it comes to these little sporadic spots that they have all written down in all of this, and that they have just listed in all these things, there is nothing that can definitively prove that the vehicles are the same. Even Gray Hughes is sitting there looking at things and being like, yeah, it's not the same car, but so what? Okay, well, no, it's not so what. Now you're understanding exactly why we've had questions, because things have not been adding up. They have not been adding up whatsoever. I'm trying to see where, you know what? Hers are just too freaking confusing to even figure out where's what. I'm going to go to Connor's channel because I think that he's got it on here. Oh, and by the way, there's like a lot of footage that gets dropped over here on Connor's channel. I'll show you guys what it looks like so you guys know who you're looking at. There's a lot of footage that he drops over here. Like, I know this is like pretty much like Grub Truck, but I think this is like longer than what we've seen. I think we saw this one already. But there's Rosinski at Walmart. Like, he's had a lot of stuff out like for a while now, some of the original stuff. So if you guys haven't gone over there and taken a look at all of that, he definitely has a lot of it. Let me see. Is this the one right here? Maybe this isn't it. No, it's like daylight. I want to show you guys the footage. Is this it? Of the daytime car. And it's also crazy. Like, I'll just show you guys this real quick. Like, okay, this is the grub truck stuff, but it's coming from like a bagel shop. Look at that car. We noticed this car when we looked at this before. You notice the window. You notice how it looks like a car that's been in question for like a super, super long time. You know, it's just crazy that we see that car like literally everywhere. Literally everywhere. Okay, let me stop sharing for a second so I can find this exact footage. Kohberger. I had to get the kids all situated this morning, so I did not get the chance to go in here and find the file that I wanted to show. I think it's this one right here. Or the Idaho Statement shared stuff. Let me see. Do they have the daytime one? I don't see it. There's Costco. Okay, yeah, they do have it. Okay. Idaho Statesman has this one in like a group. So it's not this one. It's going to be this next one in the daytime, I think. Come on. I just don't want to skip the... Okay. This is the one that they claim is 9:12 in the morning, 9:13 in the morning, going south on 95. This is the car that they are mentioning in the document that I just gave you the link for. This is it right here. That could be anything. That could be anybody. That's the car. That's the car that they are claiming is him coming back to the neighborhood between 9 and 9:30. That's it. That is it. That's it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and get started with the video. That is the only thing that they've got. Isn't that freaking wild? Isn't that freaking crazy? That's what they're claiming is him coming back into the neighborhood. That is wild as shit to me. Like, actually. Actually. Welcome, YOLO. Welcome, Sabrella. Welcome, welcome, and welcome, Amy. Welcome, welcome. Our members only live this December. This for December will be on the 29th. It's the last Monday of the month. It's extremely weak. It doesn't even show anything. That's all they have. That's all they have. Isn't that insane? All they got. Can't tell nothing. Can't tell nothing. Okay. This is, again, the entire block from 9 to 10 in the morning. And remember, just like the entire last block we went over, if you don't want to admit that the girl 8 hours, if you're one of those, then you can't deny the fact they were up for at least 4, because even the state is allowing us to see that at 7:30 shit started going on, and it continued the entire time between the both of them. We've heard further, but for sure, if you're one of those, then at least the state is saying 4 full hours before the 911 call. There was movement and motion and communication happening, social media stuff all going on with both Dylan and Bethany. And again, in the beginning of this, there's going to be the map. There's the birds. Remember the cat in the last one? That shit was funny. I feel like I need to clip it. The bell's a minute late. They just started at 9:01. I'm just not sure what that noise is. It's kind of crazy that it's consistent and fluctuates and comes and goes. I don't know what to think of it anymore. That's still the bells. What was that? That was like a lot. Was that like somebody falling down the steps or something falling down some stairs? Listen to that one more time. Who, Grays? Good. Maybe somebody going up some steps or down some steps. Loud. That's voices. Annie. Mm-hmm. That's the FOIA Liz 360, Liz Q 360, I think is what they're called. Annie has all that information. It originally was 7,000 files. Just for a recap, it was originally 7,000 files, and it was supposed to be posted to the Idaho State Police public site the way that everything else has been with Idaho. So far, we've only had to pay for shit with Moscow. And I've also gotten like independent things. We've gone through information about Gamut with ISP and Blaker, taken the sheath vial, DNA vial to Houston. We've gotten information from them separately about that. But then they sent her another letter and said that now it's 5,000 photos and it's going to be $10,000. So they've obviously, that's because of the stuff that went on with Karen Laramie, Maddie's mom, and the Chapins piggybacking onto it and what went on in court. That's 2,000 photos of the crime scene victims, like rooms and stuff, and Bethany and Dylan's rooms that have been removed. So they basically want $10,000 for 5,000 photos of the house itself, but not like inside of anything that you would consider the most important pieces. Yeah, they're out of their freaking mind. Out of their mind. Sounds like maybe voices in the background, but there's lots of cars passing by. Or at least that's kind of what it sounds like. It's hard to tell. He had a lot of fun. That's talking. It's talking. Dawn had to. One day. Dawn needs to get older. He's only 7. There's a poopy. Can't tell where it's coming from. It was a tan sedan. But yeah, that whole everything that he wrote and everything that they tried to relay when it came to Molly is the opposite of what she actually said. And again, I asked for the footage that he's talking about in that report because Payne makes it seem as if he has seen Molly physically pull into the parking area. This is verbatim in the report. He states Molly pulls into the parking lot of 1122 in order to drop the food off, and the white Hyundai Elantra that they consider SV1 pulls in behind her. He's speaking as if he is looking at this. So I asked specifically for the camera footage that he's speaking about and gave them the report number and told them exactly where they can find it on their own website and which one it was and all the things. And they told me I had to be talking about 1112. No, I'm not, because 1112 does not show the parking lot area of 1122. That's not what I'm talking about. But they've basically told me in one way or another that, you know, either they're lying and Payne has seen this and there is other camera footage and they're lying to us, or Payne's an idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And they were trying to cover that up by making her lie about seeing Bryan, because everyone that watched Molly's interview knows that she didn't see anything compared to what they're trying to claim that she did. And again, we have to remember that the second that her body cam started coming out and we saw her turn around in Brett Payne's body cam during a traffic stop and state that she was friends with Bill Thompson, everything in this case took a left and the plea happened and everything went stupid. They want to say that it's the alternate perpetrator stuff. And yeah, cool. I can say, yeah, the defense probably realized they're not going to be able to present anything. Their hands are going to be tied behind their backs the same way that it was with Delphi and Richard Allen. Let's be serious. There's a lot of similarities here. But on the other hand, the judge should have never allowed any of the things that ended up happening here. And there's a reason why he allowed this to go this way. Just keep that in mind. Just remember that part. Oh, look at that car. Look at that car. Let's check the angle of this window. No, it doesn't do the same thing. Curious, though. Looks like an older car. Yeah. Why? 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 It's loud. Was that the car up there that was loud? There's a car that passes right here. Maybe. Oh, hold on. That almost sounded like voices. It's voices. Mm-hmm. See, there's the high-pitched noise again. It comes and goes and comes and goes. Yeah, black. Mm-hmm. Like, it has to be a vacuum, but somebody is like hella vacuuming back and forth. Like turning it off and then starting again, because it comes and goes, and it's just like the way that it fluctuates. I don't know what else that could be. It's a vehicle. Okay, so that one just showed up and did what? Drop somebody off or pick somebody up and then turned around. See, I wish we knew like where this car went. I guess we'd have to see if they showed up on Linda Lane at this time frame to see how far they went. See, and now you can hear it. For a few minutes, it goes away. That is so strange. Vehicle. Is it the same car that just went the other way? Is it the same car that just went that way? It looked like it. Sounded like it. I know about the red Mustang, yeah. Well, thank you for the 10 good vibes. Me neither. Okay, so now we have the car leaving. I think did we see this one on the other cover, the other hours? I feel like we've seen this car before. I feel like we saw this one. Yeah, same. December, then Christmas, then New Year's is my dad's birthday, and then Ariel's is the 16th. Girl, I feel you. I know. Oh, I hope you start feeling better. I hope you are feeling better. The cop shows up while they're on the call, yeah. He very much lied. And remember, that's not the only thing that he lied about. He was also going to be the police officer that took the stand at trial and lied to the court and the jury under oath about the IgG. Because remember, Judge Hippler told both sides to come up with the narrative they could both sleep with at night. And because Payne has already been the liar the entire time, they chose him to liar once more under oath at trial, except, if we ended up not going. And so it ended up not happening. But in order for them to get prepared for it to happen, he was no longer working for the Moscow Police Department. I was sent emails by Xana's mother, Kara, who has sent emails by people that work for the state. The state would send the emails to the advocate, and the advocate would send the emails to the family. The family was told to keep it quiet, that Brett Payne was not going to be working for Moscow anymore, and that he was going to be taking a non-law enforcement position at the University of Idaho. Yes, the same University of Idaho that deemed him incapable as a lead investigator, and that therefore he's the reason and their excuse for stepping in the way that they did. Same Brett Payne. Now suddenly they're hiring him. If y'all don't see something wrong with that entire situation, then I don't know what to tell you. They started at 8 o'clock on this one. Right? That's close. That's going to be right here. It has to be coming up the street. Yeah. I mean, I've thought that too, but it doesn't do it at night. It's different at nighttime. 12:19 Central Time. TX's time. Yes. Yeah, but it starts like what was it, like I have to go back and see exactly when the vacuuming sound starts, because I know that sound is like basically in almost all of Snyder's cam for a super long time. Thanks for the $2, Julia. A bell tower. I don't think it's a church. I think it's just like a regular bell tower. I don't believe the tunnel theory. That's somebody opening and closing a door, but I don't see anybody. Okay, so somebody's like opening and closing something and then going either up or down some steps. That's what that sounds like. I don't know if I didn't look over there. It might be over here. I don't think so, though. No. There's movement back here, but I don't think it's coming from that far. And then a vehicle. A car door? Where's this coming from? A door shut, steps. It sounded like somebody just pulled up, pressed their brakes, and then a car door. I'm very confused. It is a church. I just thought it was a tower. Did it just switch to the 5-minute? Yeah. Remember, every 5 minutes it does that weird shit. What are we hearing? So we just heard all that crazy shit and then we don't see anything? Where the hell did all that come from? Hopefully I went back far enough. I didn't go back far enough. There it is. Nine to 10. That sounded like 2 doors. How strange. See, does that not sound like a car just pulled up and like put their brakes on somewhere next to the house? That's what it sounds like. But we're not seeing it. I'm very confused about what we're hearing right now. I don't know where it's coming from. Two doors shut. Down some steps. A car. Brakes. Tires into the rocks. Car door. I think so. I think they saw everything. Where the frick is that coming from? Talking. What's that here? Talking. What the frick was all that, bro? We have to 12:05 p.m. Yeah. I hear voices. Okay. Oh, there's a person right there. I did not see that before. Who is this person? Okay, so this person must have lived across the street. See, I'm like trying to see y'all's chat at the same time, and I only have one monitor. So this person must have come downstairs from across the street. I'd have to go back and find photos that were taken back then because they've blocked every damn thing. You can't see anything. It's like from 20 years ago now on Google Maps. Okay, so this person must come from the apartments across the street and come outside and smoke a cigarette. I didn't see him until just now. It's like my screen is covered up to like right here. I think y'all can see my mouse. Like I can only see past the 3. That's my bad, y'all. We've been back and forth a long time for no reason. I'll cut some of that out. Yeah, he's just sitting there smoking a cigarette. He has to be in those apartments right there because there's steps, pretty long ones. It sounded about right. Okay. I'm probably about to come up on a whole bunch of comments. I just see it now. Does anybody come and join him? And also, I will say this. we have seen what the Braden person looks like that came up with the whole dot boo-boo. I know they are very manly looking and very much remind us all of Summerwell's mother. Okay, I'm very aware. That does not, at least from this far away, this does not look like the same person. I feel like that's an actual dude right there. I feel like that's just a dude. Still here talking, but I see him by himself. Gypsy Rose? Or the other one? There's been a few, unfortunately. Yeah, he's not on the phone or anything, but I hear voices. I'll put it in the pinned comment after the live. He's still smoking. I'm going back and forth now so I can check it. Still smoking. Thank you. Wild. Still smoking. Yeah, he's 17, 5 inches taller than me. Remember, Dylan's voice is like that. It's a little bit deeper. We see them being talked to on body cam. Vehicle. He's still outside smoking by himself. 2 vehicles. Never. They're doing good. Okay, now he's going back inside. Let's see if we can hear him going up the steps. Behind it. Behind it and to the left. I didn't hear him coming up the steps, but you can definitely hear him coming down the steps. So annoying, I know. I haven't seen a report about Adam. Okay, there's like a door. No step sounds. It does sound louder. Gravity takes over when you're going down steps. So I guess that makes sense. Oh no. Across from it. Wish we knew. Wild. I don't know with what. They can't even put him there. That's what's crazy. Mm-hmm. She did see a tan car. That's what she says. Not a white one, a tan one. See? Now it's see? Now it's back again. There's no way that that's not somebody vacuuming, like stopping and then vacuuming again and then stopping and vacuuming again. I mean, you have to think about it too. If someone's using some sort of vacuum, but they're also trying to like clean something up and they're having to do it in sections or having to do it in repetition to really get it clean, I guess it would make sense because it comes and goes and comes and goes and then it fluctuates. It's making no sense. If it was a system, I think we would have been hearing it like the whole time. And again, I could be wrong, but it's weird. They left earlier, I believe in the last section of time. Was that a bark as they were opening their door? So delayed. It was so delayed this time. Remember yesterday? Okay, remember last night we counted the seconds from the guy over here closing the trash can lid, and it was exactly 2 seconds before we heard the sound. And then all of a sudden, this person comes out of their house and they get into the SUV, and the sound of them closing the car door is on key, like it's on time. There's no delay. That was just a big delay. I can't stand how it goes back and forth. It's so difficult to gauge. That sounded like a dog. Wow, that is so delayed. That's crazy. That part changes too. It's so freaking hard to tell. Yeah, it's weird. It didn't. It doesn't. The state said that. No connections. I know a lot of people do. What's causing it? If that's the case, there's nobody outside holding any electronics. Like, what's causing the interference? Something has to do it. That was metal. That was metal. Mm-hmm. That's a good point. Mm-hmm. I also just don't see how she knows exactly that they had dark hair. To me, everyone would have dark hair in a silhouette. Okay, so he's going to take his dog out again. This guy's been up doing stuff for hours, packing the car, going back and forth. They must be getting ready to leave for vacation. We see them actually finishing up and packing and like finishing up and leaving within the last like 30 minutes before the 911 call. Yeah, there he goes. Dropped something fell on the floor. Yeah, lots of packing. Well, thank you for the $5, Julia. Julia or Julian. She's definitely not being honest, that's for sure. No, I didn't get that vibe from it. We can take a look at it later, though. So, yeah, and there's his, I guess, his girlfriend. So the talking would be them at this point. I'm pretty positive. Mm-hmm. I don't think it'd be that loud. That's true. Yeah, she's not being honest at all. Oh, is they about to leave? They go back and forth a lot. Yeah, that doesn't make sense, does it? Mm-hmm. Ashley Banfield, too. Yeah, that's got to be them talking. Was that a dog whining? Like a dog crying? It's been going on for like 3 hours now at this point, but maybe, I guess. No, it's been light for the last 3 videos, I think. It is real loud, isn't it? Yeah, like literally everyone felt that shit. Okay, so they're going to leave. This is the second time this car is going to leave, and then it's going to come back because we see it leave again right before the 911 call. They're getting ready. I'm pretty sure the car leaves right before the 911 call. It's because he's an idiot. I've been trying to tell y'all that forever. Okay, now the other car is gone, and we're still hearing noises. So where's that coming from? See, this car's leaving. Probably. Okay, that car's gone now. So what's the end? What is that? Who is this? Okay. Very loud little thing. Mm-hmm. We're waiting on those documents to unseal, though. Direct and indirect proof, according to the defense. I want to see it. Can't. I don't remember ever hearing him, but I'll go back and listen for it now. Probably. Oh, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Still hearing what sounds like doors and shit. Yeah, of course it was. For sure. Sure so. Thank you, Sleuther. Thank you, thank you. Hey, birthdays. It's somebody shutting something. It sounds close. Like when I can feel it, it's close. Yeah, that's a great thing. You know, we questioned that for a long time. Even the arrests, the search warrants, it's all Blakers. Payne's is just the one they gave to the public. Talking, maybe. There's a few different people that walk their dogs through these. They are a church. See, you said campus bell tower. I'll have to figure it out. Admin building on campus. So there's two different ones. Okay. Mm-hmm. Go back to the beginning. Simons? Walinta. That's what it sounded like, right? So now that you're bringing that back up, I'm really wondering if it was just that silver car, because we heard weird stuff and then it sounded like a car and brakes, and then all of a sudden that one just like turned on almost in the same spot and then took off. I'm gonna have to go back and clip just those pieces so that I can try to put the sounds together and see, because that could have been a car that came from the back somewhere. Because remember, the only way to get in and out and get to where the Linda Lane cameras are, because of the way the parking lots are cut, is right here. Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that. That might be the same car that just stopped right there. They got dropped off. It's this video, I believe, that the car comes back and parks in the middle. It might be the 10 to 11. I can't remember, but it's going to be one of these. Yeah, I'm just not getting to those comments. Sorry, I'm trying to show all y'all stuff on the screen as we watch it. I need to get a second monitor hooked up to this stupid thing. That sounds like voices a little bit. So skip them or pay for premium. What do you want me to tell you? I believe it's this one right here, next door. That's where Xana apparently used to live. Does it? It sounds like a screen door, so maybe it's the other side's balcony. Right? Little bird, but lots of thumping. Right? Not to 1112, no. 1112 doesn't have a back door. Is it on the side? Because we can see the back from looking at King, and there's no back door back there. There's a bunch of the electrical shit, the boxes. Yeah, we saw it. I whisper because people complain that my mic is too loud and it's already on 20. I'm so far behind in the chat. That's crazy. Yeah, he does. I'm glad there's stuff moving in that one, though. There's been some updates and summer stuff. I just don't know if it's going to lead anywhere. That there is a man. I hear talking again. There's no tunnels. Two at the same time. There's movement going on back here. A vehicle or something going slow, slow, slow. Turning around maybe. And then that one just pulled out. Didn't we already see that one? Maybe they have people with the same kind of car, because I could have sworn we saw that leave already. We've seen this car several times. Someone's going to have to go back in and count how many times we've seen that car. The couple had a dog, yeah. Now I hear voices again. They're faint, but you can hear it. Oh, no, you didn't, because that's not 1122. No, the food order came from Ethan's DoorDash account. Oh, there's a car coming. Okay, and also don't forget that in the PCA it gives us 4:12 in the morning for Xana's last timestamp on TikTok. but the self-authenticating records that were submitted to the court for trial says 3:16 a.m. And people want to argue with me, oh, it's the time difference. No, the time difference only changes the hour, not the minutes, and the minutes are different too. So they lied to us about Xana ordering Ethan's account, and it's Ethan's receipts from the self-authenticating records that were, again, submitted to trial, Ethan's account, and the TikTok time for Xana has now changed by an hour. And we still don't know what time they got home. And we have Dylan claiming that she saw Xana in the 4 o'clock hour and right before the 911 call so well that she remembers the position that she was in the same position 8 hours later, that she was pantsless, that she had on a long sleeve shirt, that her room was a mess. She saw all these things, but didn't see blood. No. That car is shaped interesting. I want to see the back window. Now what color would this car show up? I'm just curious. What color would this car show up? It's interesting. Look at the design on the door, and look at the way that the window does in the back. I wonder what color that shows up on the camera at night. Yeah, it does it at all of them. I haven't seen a report. It goes on for hours, though. That's the problem. It'd be somebody in Moscow. First appearance in person. Hey there. That sounds like voices. Okay. They didn't start till 8. I'm pretty sure they all got their tuitions reimbursed. The bodies were taken out to the funeral home. It's not a conspiracy. They were taken out. Oh. What kind of vehicle is this? Chevy of some sort, maybe? It's hard to tell, but I think that's a little gold thingy in the front. Just Dylan that mentioned it. Yeah, but I expected to hear it like throughout the nighttime hours more than, you know what I mean? Because it's colder. You don't need to have carpet to use a vacuum. Should be. That's the problem I have. Sounded like talking. That was fast. So what did you just do? Just come in and pick someone up? Drop someone off? Deliver something? That was quick, in and out. I mean, it sort of looks like Molly's SUV. I just don't think it is. It's hard to tell. I don't think it is, though. It looks too boxy. I mean, it almost looks like a Jeep almost. I don't know what that is. Like a longer Jeep. Yeah, I'm just not sure. I don't know about the body bag. I don't know. I don't remember if there was one in the closet. I'm going to have to go back and look. Not like the closets, but the under stair closets. I need to go back and look. No, the trees aren't moving. That's the problem we've had this whole time. I hear talking. I think it was closer to 1. My brain wants to say 104 for some reason. Don't quote me on that, though. Maybe. Back and forth like that, though? Wi-Fi would be a constant, I think. Mm-hmm. I don't remember seeing somebody get out of a car. We're going to go back. Remember 942. 1 second. Okay, so watch the white car pull in, tail lights. Guy gets out of car. Okay. I don't remember seeing that. I just saw a person. So, okay, yeah, the car that pulls into the area. Yeah, person pulls in. Yeah, person gets out. Yeah, the taillights went off for the lock. Maybe you saw when I was going back to try to find what we were looking for. Because it doesn't repeat. The guy doesn't come back out again. They don't come back out again. So maybe you just saw me rewinding. We'll start from this car leaving at 9:40. It sounds like talking. You see Nissan Pathfinder, maybe? I can't tell. What's up, thuds? Some loud stuff. Super loud stuffs. Mm-hmm. Must be his truck. Yeah. Getting something out of his truck. They do it fast. Thank you. Bigger. What didn't the Goncalves? Because they sure knew. Olivia knew. Good question. Yeah, this is, I think, Jack's, because this is where his car was parked. And then there's another one over here, and I think there's another one next to Shark Tank right here. Because there's like a walkway. Mm-hmm. Loud. Jeebus. Showalter left the next morning, I think. Monday morning. At least from what he says to the officer. I'm pretty sure it was Monday morning. I could be wrong on that. I think it's Monday. Somebody lives next door. Me too. Especially since it makes sense. Jack never went to Africa, but Hunter and Emily went to Mexico. Snow here and snow here and snow on the roof of here, snow over here. It's very sparing over here on the ground. See it? See, that sounded like a sliding door. Yeah, it's daytime. What are y'all arguing about? The stargazing thing? That was crap. I haven't seen one come in and out, no. Maybe so. That's going to come out from behind the house right here, yeah. Silver car. thought it was the Monday morning. It might have been the Sunday night, maybe. We'll have to go back and listen to what he says, because remember, it's like a phone call to the cops. Not that I know of. No idea. They never mentioned anything. Who's that? Stop arguing. It's behind the camera. 1122 is behind the house that the camera is mounted on. Morning. It was morning time. Before noon, I think. Yeah, the guy in Florida that was threatening everyone. Yeah, I'd love to know. Mm-hmm. That's the time frame we're waiting for, but it's not going to show them getting out of the car. It's going to show the car pulling into King Road. That's about it. So I'm pretty sure the Goncalves has lied, or they have footage that the police don't have. Check right now. No. I sent them a message yesterday at 4:10 p.m. on Wednesday, December the 7th, asking if there was an ETA on the 12:55 to the 2:25, and she has not responded. And that office has been open for hours at this point. Hours. So no. Sounds like talking. And another rhythm. Somebody's hitting something. anything. They told me that pain was mistaken. So here's another person walking out of the house. Dogs are barking now. It was so high-pitched. The person right there getting in their car? No, that's a dog. Is that little ankle biter again? And I hear talking. The duck again. $156. Okay, I'm going to go back because there's a lot of noise right here. Okay, so this car leaves. Okay, this car leaves. This person's going to walk out. Dogs start barking. This noise continues even after this person shuts their door. What is that? That sounds like a crow, but not that high-pitched stuff. That sounded like a dog. Little dog. We've heard a little high-pitched dog before. Where at? What y'all heard? That is loud. Okay. It's music. Hmm. 1119 is the one that you were looking at. Three minutes. Big truck coming in. Well, driving by anyway. A white one. I hear voices. You subscribe just to be wrong. How does it feel to be an idiot? Like, honestly. Goodbye. That's it. That's it. No Kohberger, no car coming back into the neighborhood because, like I said, it's the 9:13 a.m. car going down South 95 that they can't even validate is the same car or the same person that they're trying to tell us that it is. Yes, Sharon, it came from this camera. So, yeah. Not at all. Nope. If you go back to the very beginning of the video, I show the documents and explain everything for what the state is lying about. I just can't believe that they're sitting there lying so much about everything. Like the fact that every little detail and every little thing that they have said in every step along the way has been debunked by their own evidence. How did we get here? Thanks for the 5, Melinda. Yeah, I know. And then to sit here and subscribe and listen to something that you don't like for 5 minutes just to be ignorant. Like if that person actually paid attention to shit, then they would realize that Olivia went down to try to get answers, which is Kaylee Goncalves' sister, because I know that moron is still listening, even though they've been banned from the chat. I'm not stupid. They would know that Olivia went down to speak to the state and left with more questions than answers. We're not just doing this because we are curious. We're doing this because how else are the families going to see anything? Maybe, just maybe, the Chapins will get their heads out their asses and start paying attention, or I don't know, maybe being honest. Maybe Kara can start coming back out and re-asking the same questions that she was asking before she felt like she couldn't. Because that's how it felt, that she couldn't. Maybe, just maybe, Steve will start talking because he's done a lot of that and he's been wrong about so much that he had to rewrite his impact statement the morning of the sentencing. All of that is why we are here. And because there's no timeline. The state cannot give us a narrative. The lead prosecutor stood up at the sentencing and said that they cannot directly connect the suspect to the home or its residence. And you're going to sit here and complain? Why are you on YouTube? Why are you here? Do you actually care about the truth, or you just like to complain and bitch about nothing? Because if you cared about the truth and you cared about the families, you'd shut up and watch, observe, and take notes. Pretty simple. Oh, my damn nerves. I want to know why the Goncalves has lied so much. I want to know why they came out here with the narrative about the door being closed and then take no responsibility for it. I want to know why they lied and did not tell us about the phone call between Jack and Kaylee that lasted 17 minutes when they knew all about Kaylee's phone activities the night of the crime as Olivia and her husband and her children were driving to Idaho. Olivia did all the heavy work when it came to finding the phone, who they were talking to, the grub truck stuff, all of that information they got from Eric. And why are you lying and saying Eric Gower, the damn driver, is a family member? That makes no sense. I want to know why people are lying. I want to know why the Goncalves are lying, and I want to know why the Chapins have tried to do everything that they can to erase Ethan from this entire situation, and now they go by twins instead of triplets, and she finds that okay. In fact, she encourages it. Those are all problems for me. Sorry, not sorry about it. Those are all problems for me. And again, we have no timestamp for Ethan and Xana getting home. And we have Dylan claiming that she saw Xana's half-naked body, her pantsless body, on the ground in a dirty room, but is lying about not seeing the blood. 50 wounds from the top of her head to the back of her right calf, and you don't see red all over her pantsless legs. But you remember the position that she was in 8 hours prior. No, you're lying. You're lying. These 4 victims that actually lost their lives, Kaylee, Maddie, Xana, Ethan, the ones who aren't here to protect their reputations, the ones that aren't here to cover up facts because it makes them look bad, those are the ones we're here for. And we've been here for them since before we ever even knew who Bryan Kohberger was. We're here for the truth. If you don't like that, get the hell off my channel. I don't need your view. Not my problem. I mean, they really do mean what they mean when they say ignorance is bliss, because damn, the people that are out here paying attention and have questions, we're in turmoil trying to just think about this shit. Craziest crap. Craziest crap. And then look, the most important time frame, Little Miss Let It Go, the most important time frame, 12:55 in the morning to 2:25 in the morning, where Dylan gets home, the other person shows up at the house, Bethany gets home, the girls apparently get dropped off. Hopefully we see something about Xana and Ethan. Moscow police is playing bullshit. Bullshit. First, they try to say it didn't exist. Then they suddenly found it. And then the FOIA was amended to include it. And suddenly that's the time frame that they still have not gotten to us. And it's been a week. And I still don't have a response. I'll check one more time. I checked a few minutes ago, but we will recheck one more time. Nope. The last email I have is the fact that Pacer is not working. Yeah. Nothing from the FOIA office. 4:10 p.m. yesterday, 21 hours ago. No response. No response. And it's an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half. So unless you're like hello redacting things, what's taking so long? What's taking so long? I don't understand that. It should have been done. Should have been done. Thank you for the $4.99, Amanda. Thank you. Thank you. I was down in Kerrville earlier this month for my sister's wedding. We drove through San Antonio. I just want the damn truth. And if the state can't give it to us, then there's nothing wrong with us trying to look at it ourselves. Damn. Damn. All right. We're going to go live tonight to look at another case. I put a poll up to see which one you guys wanted to go over the most, because we're doing these in hour increments. So this morning, the 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning released the raw footage at 7:30 this morning. The Google Drive link to get your own copy of that from the original file they sent me is there in the description box. This one, the 9 to 10, is going to drop raw footage tomorrow morning, same time, 7:30. And in the description box will also be the Google link so that you can get that one too. All of the raw footage files have a Google Drive link to the original file that I received from MPD. I will let you guys know. The second I get anything from them. But I'm going to have to, I believe that this is just my opinion because of how we've gotten these files. Because the 225 to the 330, the 330 to 430 that we originally had as a public packet, and then was it the 4 to 445? Those all came in 5-minute increments that I had to put together. All of the other ones after that came to me already together in an hour time block, which is what she told me. She said that it was a mix and she didn't know why the forensic guy did it that way. I'm going to assume she means Andrew Fox because he's the one in the reports when it comes to knowing that we have 11/13 at 12:55 in the morning to the 17th sometime in like the late evening. And then one day only in December that there's a matching report for. I am going to put a FOIA in though for the noon to 1 that Gray has. And put all of that together eventually, because that's like, we should see like Jeff Kernodle showing up. Maybe. I haven't watched the 12 to 1 because I don't want to watch it from him. I'm going to get it ourselves, and see what it does. I don't know what time Jeff Kernodle shows up, but I know that he shows up. He's the first parent at the scene. So I don't know if we're going to see that or not. I have no idea. That's funny. All right. No, the only one that they've told us about is this one. This is the only one. And I've asked specifically about the one that mentions what Payne is claiming about seeing Molly pull into the parking area of 1122, seeing her get out, seeing the car pull in behind her. Like, those are his specific words. And they've just been telling me this whole time, oh, you have to be talking about 1112, but I'm not, because 1112 doesn't show the parking area of 1122. It shows the parking area of 1112 and 1119 across the street. It doesn't show 1122. So like I mentioned, because I think we talked about this earlier in today's live, like I mentioned, they're either like straight up lying to me and there are other camera footages and other angles and they're not being honest, or Payne is a dumbass and he wrote the report and he's full of shit. And he's really talking about like, oh, the lights from 1112 are making it seem as if this is what you would be seeing. But it's not. We don't see any of that. We see the headlights. When she comes down from the back end of the house and she turns into the parking lot, you can see the headlight swoop. Then you can see that car. And then you see whenever she leaves. But nobody ever turns in behind her. And her herself even said that she did not see anything. And the way that she's describing it is that she's holding her damn dog and the food. Is what it sounds like, that she's got her dog and the food bags and her phone, and she's getting out of the car with all of that, meaning she drove down the hill with her dog, got out with her dog, she's got the food and her phone, and she's dropping off the food at the door, and then she takes a photo, and then she gets back in and gets the dog situated, and she leaves. That's how I remember her saying it. We've gone over the interview. It was all very strange. It was all very, very strange. Very, very strange. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. I know that some people have asked for dash cam footage when it comes to Molly's car because they thought she might have some sort of camera because she's a delivery driver, but they've been told that that doesn't exist. So I don't know. All right, I'm going to get off of here. I'm going to let the poll on the community tab go until about 6 p.m. to decide which one we're going to go live and do an update on. There's an update concerning possibly, anyway, I'll say possibly, some sort of grand jury witness being uncooperative when it comes to the Celeste Rivas Hernandez and the David situation. That's a big topic right now. We're trying to figure out who it is. I was over on Rabbit's channel in the chat when she broke that yesterday, or at least she's the first person I heard it from. I know TMZ is like probably the first one that came out with it. And there's like a phone call between a girl named Lauren and Mark Garagos. And Mark Garagos has like some sort of ownership with the companies that are coming out with all this information. And he was apparently in the courtroom or in the courthouse, or somebody was in the courthouse and saw this person like throwing a fit in the hallway. And they're saying that they're like an uncooperative witness, which is interesting. And it's a female. But we also have some stuff going on with one of the private investigators, or the private investigator that was hired by the homeowner where David was living at the time that all this stuff broke. And he's been handed like some real shady back room, back door type, you better show up to court on a handwritten note type crazy shit. All right. Like, we're going to definitely do both that one and the Anna Kepner update, but I want to know which one you guys want to do first, because the Anna Kepner one, we have some court testimony that we have to go over. The mother, the older brother that I didn't know existed until like last night when I was listening to some updates. And I think the father, they came and they testified in court. So I'd like to go over like what they said, some of the things that they said in that case, because some of that's been interesting. So go vote in the community tab which one you want to go over, and that one will close at 6 p.m. and we'll do a live update. Usually these other cases we do videos, but let's do a live. Let's start doing some live updates and then shorten to the most important things later on, so I can still get those like short and sweet videos out that you guys like. But I like having the conversations and going live with you guys too. I prefer that, especially with these updates, so that I can see what you guys are saying. Some of you might see something that I don't see. We can converse and figure it out. So let me know in the voting which one you guys want to go over. Again, this one that we just went over will drop raw in the morning, and we'll continue on tomorrow with the 10 to 11 o'clock in the morning. And then the only one after that is the 11 to the 12:05. And we've already gone over the last 30 minutes before the 911 call. So if you missed that, that one's still up there. That was a live review that we did. And I guess that's really it. I guess that's it. Okay. You guys have a good afternoon. I will see you guys later on tonight. Thank you so much for all of you guys that came in here, the new members, and for the super stickers and the super chats and everyone that came in here and spent some time with me today going over all this stuff. I do appreciate it. I am going to go ahead and where'd it go? All right. I'm going to go ahead and roll this out. Please do not forget to leave a like on your way out and subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. All right, you guys. See y'all.